There is a double standard, obviously, in general, when it comes to men and women. But this is important for Same Team and what I'm trying to do here and what we're trying to do here. Just you all being in the room, being in the community with me is huge, okay? So we have to shed light on this because this is what is causing a lot of the division. Obviously, it's happening in the home, but also from media and social media, because even my boys see it. And I'm like, I don't want them seeing these messages and these quotes all the time, painting them as the bad person. So look at my notes really quick. The double standard that happens with social media, memes, quotes, or whatever, and how they stereotype men. And yes, we all get stereotypes, obviously. Women get stereotyped, men get stereotypes. But when it comes to relationships, men are stereotyped in a negative light way more than women, okay? And the stuff that we are seeing and that we're reading and that we're screenshotting, yes, bitch, yes, you see what they're saying, you know, men ain't no good, all this kind of stuff, and we're sending it to each other. People, grown people, not even just kids, they read this stuff and they take it for what it is. Word is bond. You know, this is real. Yes, all men are this, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and get to this. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. All right, I may have to pause it. So what you're going to see are certain social media quotes, memes, or whatever that come up. I'm going to pause this one and I have to read it. So a lot of you all, let me see if you guys see these, okay? Even if you don't follow these kind of groups, but like the stuff that we see when it comes to relationships, normally bash men and paint them in a negative light, okay? And that does interfere with how we interact with you all. It interferes with how women view men and even how men view men. Because if you're constantly, it's these subtle messages, even if you're passing through it, but you're still taking it in if you look at it. And eventually it's planted. It's, you know, you're planting it and burying it inside yourself, okay? So how you treat a woman is how she's going to act. You can't expect peace when all you bring is pain. So look at these. Now, I wonder what it would be like if we started flipping this, okay? So I have thought about, and I've done it before, crossing out the words, because you see stuff like this all the time. I'm going to keep going. Be her peace. That girl is tired of pain. That man is tired of pain. Look at these images. We are constantly bombarded with this. Baby girl, if you're hurting and it doesn't bother him, he ain't the one. Baby boy, if you're hurting and it doesn't bother her, she ain't the one. Why are we not matching this energy for men? Okay, why not? I don't want my boys to be mistreated, just like I don't want my daughter to be mistreated. Okay, so I'm pausing right here. A female never forgets how a man treats her during the time she needs his support the most. One-sided, double standards. We see them all the time. Really? A male, would it be a male? A male never forgets how a woman treats him during the times that he needs her support the most. Baby, let me tell you something. Men need support. Men, so all these girls want to call me a pick me that you want to get picked. You want to get picked? Support a man. Get behind a man. Even if he is not here yet, you better get behind that truck driver. You better get behind that bus driver. You better get behind that man who wants to go back to school. Whatever he is doing, that fireman, that police officer, get behind him and support him. It is your superpower, okay? Men need to be supported just as much, all right? And they really need it more. Like, I'm just saying, all right? So we're going to go on. There's some more. Who's not going to be in a relationship with a man who treats them like crap? Okay, so does that mean that a man should be in a relationship with a woman that treats him like crap? No. Nowadays, the wrong man knows how to... Oh, baby, I'm finna pause this because there's some trifling women out here. Hold on, baby. People probably gonna get mad at me. Now, I don't care. Nowadays, the wrong man knows how to act right. So don't be confused. He's still the wrong man, just saying the right things. Baby, let me tell you something. The wrong woman too. Nowadays, the wrong woman knows how to act right, baby, because women, we are natural finessers, honey. I know y'all talk about Casanovas. Do people even say that? Probably not. I love that song, Casanova by Gerald Levert. Rest in peace. But women can fool you too. They can be, you know, if you want a Susie homemaker, they can be that. They can be like, yes, you are my king. You are my everything, baby, and will turn on you in a hot second just to get what they want. It's the same thing, okay? This is what I'm saying is that We are embedding this in people, all right? And it's not just, usually people are like, oh, only kids would see this. As an adult, I don't believe this. These are adults. They believe it, okay? This is what's being created. Now, people are constantly seeing this, but then they want to show pictures of people with beautiful marriages and kids, but you see this before. I'm like, where is the disconnect? So then people just want to get married for the look, but they don't want to respect each other. They don't want to value each other. They think that only the woman's feelings matter in a relationship or the workplace or whatever. No. It works both ways. Same team. Just like women should be supported and all of that, men need it as well. Okay. Just like women don't want to be in a toxic, bad relationship, men don't want to be in a toxic and bad relationship. Both ways. All right. Don't forget, use that super chat. Somebody said, why are we so celebrity obsessed? I have no idea. All right. Keita, sis, forgive them. They wouldn't have known the depths of your perspective. Couldn't have, because this baby, it wasn't ready. They'll call me a pygmy. You weren't ready. All right, let me pause this really quick. They're getting good. Ladies, and you guys, these are just a select few, okay? Ladies, oh, this is so good. If he's 25 or older and drops red flags, leave. His frontal lobe is fully developed and he's not changing. It's science. I don't make the rules. Men, if she's 25 or older and she's dropping red flags, her frontal lobe is fully developed. You better leave. Sis is not changing, okay? She's not changing. Leave. I'm not making this up. Leave. You guys should take some of these, scratch out women, whatever, ladies, and start posting them. If, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it. Next, I don't know which one is next. We have some more. Call me old-fashioned, but I like my men without wives, fiancés, and side hoes. Okay, so this is also portraying the image. So we already have that men are no good, okay? They don't support you. They drop red flags. They're toxic, all right? They're doing it by choice. Now they're cheaters, okay? All men are cheaters. Don't do a soundbite because they're not, but all men are cheaters. This is what we're seeing, okay? So imagine if you're a young woman who was in a bad relationship and then it does end because he, wasn't faithful or whatever. So when you're in those sensitive times where you're in pain and you're hurting and you're not thinking clearly and you constantly start seeing this come up, you're gonna be like, yes, I knew they were. Okay. I'm telling you, that's how it works. I knew they were all cheaters, and it completely changes your perspective and how you interact with men. All right, now call me old-fashioned, but I like my women without husbands, fiancés, boyfriends, or side dudes. Men aren't the only ones that cheat, but that's what I'm saying. This is what we see. We constantly portray men in a negative light. Not only do a lot of us believe it, but men start to believe it because you know what? They're like, well, heck, you think I'm like this anyway, so why not? Why am I trying to prove myself and prove that I'm not like the rest of them? You're going to think I'm like that. I'm going to do it anyway. Now I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. Somebody said female frontal lobes develop faster. Take that back to 22. Okay. So if she's 22 and she's trifling, she's still going to be trifling. She might not change. No, everybody can change, of course, but it has to be a personal decision. Okay. I just wanted you guys to see what I'm talking about. Oh, there's some more coming up. And that's what I'm saying. These are things that we do not see reversed. Okay. Reverse them and hear how they sound. Unless a man is in his diapers, you can't change him. Unless a woman is in her diapers, you cannot change her. All right. Now I got to get close on the screen. What a woman needs from her man. Okay. So I've heard this in other people's lives. What a woman needs for her man. Oh, let me see if I can go back. Hold on. I might mess something up. Okay. What a woman needs from her man: affection, attention, and appreciation. Basically, what a man needs is her smile. Ladies, if you think your looks, a smile, or this is going to keep a man, all of that down, it's not. Okay. My parents raised me, they were like, look, your looks may get you in the door, but they will not keep you in there. Okay. You have to do more. You have to bring more to the table. All right. It's not about looks. Also, they said, and let's just be honest, we can say it. They were like, what you have between your legs, every woman has. What else do you have? So now we're saying that women need affection, attention, what did it say? And appreciation, but men don't need that. So he's supposed to give all of that. And in a lot of ways, we think he's supposed to be the sole provider. So he's supposed to do all of that, give all of this, and you're supposed to smile and make him and fill his life up, fill up his cup to where it's running over. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm raising my boys to be amazing men, and I will be darned if they get with a woman who wants all of that for more from them, and they're supposed to be walking around lifeless, but she's not giving back to him, because I have seen it firsthand. Okay, I've seen it, whether it's with these guys to get these young girls because they look good and it's all cute. But then guess what? Their business is struggling. They can't come home and talk to her about certain stuff, okay? She doesn't have their back. She's not praying over him. She's not holding him down, because it's like, gimme, 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 gimme. I'm constantly going to take from you. I'm constantly going to pull from you. And I'm not going to give you anything in return. No way. I'm not there. All right. So Black Soul King, an undisciplined woman can cut deep with her words. A lot of men suffer from mental trauma. Baby, we are nasty with our mouth. We can tear you down to pieces and have you feeling like the scum between our toes, like from that Little Rascals. Yes, we can, because women, we are birthers, okay? So we naturally birth. That's, we birth things. So what we speak, the power of our words can make or break our man. You have to speak life into him, okay? You have to let him know, even if it's not going to be okay, somehow, some way, it will be okay. You got this. You are everything. You have to do that, all right? And that also, when it goes down to caring for when we care for each other, when we value each other, when we have dignity. So those groundwork, some of those guidelines that I'm bringing up, the empathy for same team, that will keep you from crossing that line and belittling each other and tearing a man down. All right. Let's go. How do, baby, now this one right here, this might be the last one. I think it is. And I'm not trying to make this just a Black man and Black woman thing, because I know some Black men who have not been married to Black women or been with Black women, and these women tore them down as well. But right now, how do Black men grow up with a single mom and don't have respect for Black women? What a blanketed statement. Okay, so now we're assuming all Black men who grew up with a single mom are disrespectful to women. I don't know if you all do you have a problem with that statement? Like, look at it. Even if you're not, you don't even have to be Black. You can be Latino, you can be white, whatever. Do you see the problem with this statement? And the fact that this will get so many shares and likes and people, yes, they disrespectful. Yes, that single mom, she hated men. She was bitter, so she raised her boys. She don't value her. Let me say, you can raise your kid. You can have a 2-parent household. Do the best that you can to raise your kids, and they can still grow up and be disrespectful. And it goes both ways. Now, real quick, do we ever see signs that say, or memes, quotes, whatever, that say, like, you'll see the ones that say, make sure you raise your boys and teach them how to respect women. Do you ever see, make sure you raise your daughters and you teach them how to respect men? Let me know. Do you guys see that? Get in this chat. Let me know if you see that. Let me know if you see any of these types of things flipped for women. And yes, don't get me wrong. You will see stuff that's just very unisex. Now, one thing that I have noticed in my research is that a lot of the unisex or, comments about relationships or whatever, and this doesn't even have to be intimate relationships, but the reason I'm starting here is because this is what is giving us our views and how we view each other, okay? We have to address this before we can move forward. I can't sit at the table with men and talk about reconciling and working forward and how we're on the same team if I believe all the stuff that I see. If I believe that all men that had, they grew up with single moms disrespect women. If I believe all men cheat. If I believe that all men are eventually going to be toxic, they don't value women and all that kind of stuff, okay? So that's the thing. That's why I just wanted to show you guys some of this, because it is powerful and it is very damaging, all right? And even though we already have this rift and division, this is just adding fuel to the fire. And I know like we have some long-term goals, and I know this did not happen overnight. We will not be able to change the narrative overnight, but you never know. As we've seen in our country, there is strength in numbers when we join together, okay? So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, but spread this message. Start thinking about this. Yep. So Scott said, if he flipped these, he'd be a misogynist. You definitely would. I challenge some of you all to flip these. Okay. Flip them. Have these conversations. Let me see. Yes. Let's see. JR. Okay. JR is talking, but see, yes, posts like this do drive men away. Okay. But posts like this are what people are thinking is reality. Okay. This is not reality. You have, let's say it's, young girls in their 20s, okay? And young men in their 20s. They haven't, you haven't lived your life in your 20s. I don't even know what I was doing at 20. Definitely not I'm not the same woman that I was 5 years ago, okay? But they are seeing this kind of stuff constantly, all right? And that is what they are believing. And like I said, it is affecting everything and creating that division. Even my boys, like they're young, but I remember one of my sons said, and I will never forget, he had a little girlfriend. She was outside of the race. That, that's fine too, whatever. But I just wanted to know. I wanted to know. And he was like, well, the girls that look like me are all angry and they have attitudes. He was like in the 5th grade. The 5th grade. So you don't understand. Like it starts at home also, but I think it's becoming like a genetic trait, like the anger and the bitterness and the trauma and the fact that we are supposed to survive independently and, us joined together will do more harm than good. So you mean to tell me that you have in school these kids and they're already like, oh, she's angry. She has attitude. She talks bad to me. No, baby, because I am that mama. Look, I will put my hair in a ponytail. I'm going to take these earrings out. And I'll be like, because I'll be darned. I've been through a lot, but me and the fathers, we tried everything in our power to lift our children up. And I am not doing that so they can step outside these doors and have people tear them down. Okay. I can't control everybody, but also when it comes to men and women, no. And I want my boys to see themselves as kings. I want my daughter to see herself as a queen. And I don't want anybody else crapping on them or them to feel like they're not worthy. Okay. Or them to view themselves, for them to see this, because yes, they are on social media to an extent, whether it's TikTok or whatever. I don't want them to be bombarded with these types of views and this narrative and all of that, okay? Because it's just killing us, okay? For us to go forward as a collective, for us to win together, all right? Win together or lose apart, we have to address this kind of stuff, all right?